Hello everyone, and welcome to another game of World of Warships. It's one of my replays and I'm in the Cleveland, a Tier 8 US cruiser. I'm on a map haven, 4-point domination game, Tier 8 battle with 2 subs unfortunately. But hey, no carry. Now speaking of the sub, I've already dropped some depth charges with no luck. Basically, my division mate was, we just saw a ping race across the water here. So my division mate was pinging an area and said there's a sub there somewhere. So I blindly dropped some depth charges and did nothing. But while I can't do anything against the sub, I can raid it at Öland and I can shoot it. So, done, well, not with this salvo, but with the first salvo I've done a fair amount of damage. Unfortunately, it's gonna get into cover here right now. Maybe my team can get a few more shots in there. It's still inside my radar range. Meanwhile, I just have to shoot the hippo. Now, you might be wondering why there is no Project Wrecked today, and the reason is actually quite simple. I didn't have enough clips, so unfortunately not enough material for an episode. I'll probably be back next week. So there is that. Now, I'm still sort of randomly dropping into this camp. I mean, I have no ways of detecting the enemy sub here, so we'll just randomly drop, I suppose. Also, I have no way of shooting at Farragut, and I am detected. And the reason I'm detected is because there is a monarch coming. Which is very, very uncomfortable. Now, my flank here doesn't have a lot of friendly ships. Well, there are ships behind me, right? But there is only the Hawk here. And the Hawk isn't threat enough to keep that monarch at bay. Now, the good news is the monarch isn't shooting me yet. I'm also having a look towards my left. I have an island protecting me there. Right now, I'm just hoping that the monarch isn't going to be too interested in me. I mean, it's working so far. Like, you would think I'm the juiciest target to shoot at, but the monarch just is really into that hawk. So there is that. Now, monarch still isn't shooting me. If I go too far forward, the hippo might start though, so that's a problem. I'd like to do something about the sea camp being camped. My radar is gonna be ready soon, so I'm really hoping we can do something. But first, that monarch needs to be gone so that I can maneuver and potentially position myself in a way that I can shoot something. And oh, come on, monarch! Just sink. A good battleship. There you go. Now this is where the next problem arrives. Now that the monarch is gone, we've got an Italian battleship coming in, continuing where the monarch left off. Oh, and there's some shells coming by. Now SJI is telling me he has smoke in 30 seconds. So I contemplated some weird maneuvers, but in the end I've decided I'll just wait out 30 seconds. And in a very surprising move, I've actually raided a submarine, because the submarine isn't diving. I mean, if it were, you know, it just needs to press one button and it would be invisible. But I suppose it's unwilling to press the button, which is good news for me. So I'm actually getting a hit in there. Can't shoot the destroyer, but hey, you know, dropping a submarine is fun too. Now the radar is gone. Our sub's moving in. It's actually a bit risky there. Like, but our submarine is using the submarine surveillance. Now that's good. It's one thing that can actually detect submarines. That's why it's on such a huge cooldown, I suppose. So, with our sub doing the spotting, I can take care of the enemy sub. That's it's gonna be pretty nice. Now the enemy sub is just mildly moving backwards with no real maneuvering going on, so it's very easy to hit with those depth charges. That's good. And we've sunk a sub. Now the thing is, if the enemy submarine would have used the same consumable, then the enemy destroyer could have sunk our sub potentially. Then again, we did have ships here and the Öland is on low health, so it might not have been willing to take the risk anyway. So overall this is actually looking very good. The second sub has been dealt with on the other flank. And we are ahead by quite a few ships. We are getting ahead by cap zones. We have more points. We have everything, basically. And that Italian even has fire. Marvelous. Now it is going into cover here, but a Hipper is coming this way, so I'll switch over to the Hipper, see if we can deal with that. My rear guns can't make it through the... I mean, this is a bit of an awkward island. There is a gap here that I can sneak some shells through, but oh. Oh, really, Hipper? Well, we had a battleship on 100 hit points, now we got a Hipper on 64, and my team is missing as well. Well, those shells didn't miss. So, here we go. Yeah, I have a slight feeling we're winning this. Actually, could even get a Kraken. Well, I need 2 more kills for Kraken, or 2 no's. Now, with the massive fleet that we have, I'll even grow a bit older. The main issue right now is if I push towards the other side, because I mean, I want to help it be. There is a Benson in there, there is a cruiser in there. The problem is the battleship towards my right. Now that Italian is very low, and you know, there's plenty of fish going its way, I think. But it is threatening my broadside. I mean, so are the Sarah and the New Orleans, but they are... Well, I mean, you gotta be careful even of cruiser AP. But it's a lot less drastic than in a battleship. But here is the good thing, that Farragut is providing a smokescreen. I'm not sure if it's doing it for itself or if it's doing it for me, but I'll gladly take it. And I seem to have trouble hitting the Benson, but I'm in concealment. So I'm not sure what the Farragut was doing here, but I can use that smokescreen, so that's very nice. Now here's in New Orleans, and oh my, we can farm that New Orleans. I'm in smoke, it can't do anything against him. It's even showing broadside while I'm... Actually, it's not showing that much broadside when you look at the minimap, it's still somewhat angled. Defense armor piercing isn't the greatest. I might give it a try if it turns slightly more. So, yeah, now I think the angle might be good for armor piercing. But then again, it's Cleveland armor piercing. My high explosive does very good consistent damage, and as we can see, the armor piercing maybe not so much. Then again, yeah, I wonder if I should have just stuck with high explosive. Probably. I have a feeling if I had stuck with high explosive, it'd probably be dead by now. And this way it escapes. Well, doesn't escape my team most likely. But there goes one ship that would have got me closer to the Kraken. Well, New Orleans is gone. The Okasa is probably gone soon too. But there is a Benz. And my radar is ready. Now it's not in radar range just yet. And it might just leave because Okasa will spot me. Oh, I set a fire on set. Now we can finally shoot. And it's already dead. Yeah, okay, this isn't gonna be a Kraken after all. But maybe I can catch that Benson. Now I'm not detected right now. It doesn't tell me much because of the island. Well, I am detected, never mind. So here is the Benson. Oh boy. Yeah, you're not gonna get out of this alive, buddy. Ah, you don't wanna be that close to a Cleveland. Especially not broadside. So, let's just leave the Massachusetts. Now let's see. I might even be getting a camp here for some additional experience. Massachusetts is burning wildly, so there isn't that much space for another fire in there, but hey, oh, it's damage gone. Okay, now there's plenty of space for another fire. Let's see. Massachusetts is now even the last remaining ship. I have a feeling I'm not getting this camp experience because the game will be over soon. I'm also giving a bit too much lead there. I mostly want to hit the superstructure, honestly. Yeah, that's better, that's better. Oh, there's a high caliber. And it's gonna get to. So, that was a lovely battle in the Cleveland. Cleveland is a very old ship, has been in the game basically since the beginning, although originally it was tier 6. But, you know, it's nice to see some of the old ships doing well, I say. And Cleveland, to this day, I'd say, is a fun ship to play. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this, and I'll see you next time.